About 2 hours from now, Vice President Kamala Harris and her running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, will make their first stop at the campaign blitz, introducing themselves as a team to voters in must-win battleground states. The tour begins in Philadelphia, the backyard of her second choice, Governor Josh Shapiro. Joining us now, Pennsylvania State Representative Malcolm Kenyatta. It's good to see you again. Look, he's not your guy. I know from reading the Philadelphia paper there's some disappointment in Pennsylvania, but I wonder what your reaction is to Harris's choice of Tim Walz.
Well, listen, this is why I'm happy you're talking to a Pennsylvania. You walk around this stadium, there's no disappointment. There are people who are excited about Kamala Harris being our next president and who stand by this most important choice that she had to make. Listen, the vice president had the unenviable task of picking amongst a group of really incredible Americans and incredible Democrats. You know, there's no way to choose a bad scoop of ice cream. She had only good options, and I think some of the same reasons that folks here in Pennsylvania, talked about Josh Shapiro as an incredible option was because of the same reasons Tim Walz was the right option for Vice President Harris. He's somebody who listens to folks. He's somebody who shows up. He's somebody who works across the aisle to get important things done for working families. And everybody in this room and across our Commonwealth, Democrats are united behind the vice president to become the next president and behind Governor Walz to become the next vice president.
How much did you know about him before this whole process began? And what role do you think he can play in Philly and in Pennsylvania in general? I mean, there's all this talk about, Midwestern nice, but I know as somebody from Ohio, you don't always think that the other Midwestern states are exactly like you.
Yeah, listen, I'm somebody who's running statewide, as you know, for Auditor General, and I spent a lot of time in rural parts of the Commonwealth, and I'm telling you, I cannot wait to see Tim Walz at every Pennsylvania state fair that the campaign will let me take him to. He is somebody who just exudes a joy, and I think that is what Americans want. We're sick of the divisiveness. We're sick of the anger. We're sick of the vitriol and the lies from Donald Trump. What we want is somebody who is promoting a positive vision for the future. And that's what you see in his record. You see somebody who got free lunch pass all across Minnesota. Somebody who, like this administration, capped the cost of insulin at $35. Somebody who has passed universal background checks. Somebody who's cut taxes for middle-class families. And so that is the type of messaging, that's the type of leader and the type of partner that I think the vice president was so smart in choosing. And I'm telling you, we are going to win Pennsylvania, and this won't be the first stop of Tim Walz, not just in Philadelphia, but in my legislative district. Donald Trump wishes he could have a crowd like this and could have a message, frankly, that resonates with the American people. And that's what we're seeing come out of the Harris-Walz campaign, a message about the American people while Donald Trump is still talking about himself.
So you're deep into the strategy sessions, right, about how you win statewide. So help me extrapolate from that how it goes to the Kamala Harris-Tim Walz campaign. Now, the numbers have been good. I think in the 15 days since Kamala Harris was essentially named to the team, 33,000 people have signed up to volunteer. Pennsylvania has almost 300 staffers working in 36 offices across the state. That's a lot of folks, right? But how do you take that and take the enthusiasm you say exists in the room where you are right now and turn it into a win? What will you be looking at, and where will you be looking within Pennsylvania?
Since Vice President Harris became our presumptive nominee and, as of this morning, our nominee, we have seen people not just posting on social media, but signing up for shifts, showing up to the local community offices like we have right in North Philly, talking to their neighbors about the future that they want to see. This is personal to folks here in Pennsylvania. We understand that we've made so much progress under the Biden-Harris administration, and as the Vice President will say, I'm sure today, we're not going back. And so you're seeing it really operationalized. You're seeing people not only, call their neighbors, but bringing people to, to the office. I was blown away when my husband said he went to do his weekly shifts at the neighborhood office, and he said, I'm bringing up some friends with me who, weren't interested in going a couple of weeks ago, but who are now showing up with him. And I'll tell you, in terms of the numbers, Dr. Anna Greenberg over at GQR Research just put out a survey yesterday showing Vice President Harris up by 4 points here in the Commonwealth. And you win Pennsylvania with a real message that cuts across. She has a message for every single part of our Commonwealth, and we have the infrastructure to go out and deliver that message. That's what campaigns are about. Good candidates with a serious message and the operation to go deliver that message to doors. And we have the best possible candidates with a message about lowering costs for working families, making people safe in their communities, making housing more accessible, canceling medical debt. And we have the campaign staff and the volunteers to go out and deliver that message in every single part of the Commonwealth. Donald Trump is going to continue to lie, distort his record, and talk about himself. That is a strategy to lose in Pennsylvania. And tonight you're going to hear our future president, our future vice president, talk not just about how you win a campaign, but about how you deliver for working people in ways that they can see, touch, and feel.
State Representative Malcolm Kenyatta in Pennsylvania, thank you so much. It's good to see you.